Here we go again. The feminazis have striped again. Should women be spelt womxn? Holy sweet Christmas. To the trained eye, it may look like a typo. Let's scroll down a bit. But when the Wellcome Collection, a museum and library in London, sent a tweet promoting an event using the word, it led to a Twitter backlash from hundreds of women and an apology from the organisation. I wonder do people not get tired of this gender politics? I mean, are people not getting tired of this? It just seems to be every single second of the day some form of bollocks and nonsense keeps coming out into the ether, especially on that useless Twitter. Complete bollocks keeps coming out on the Twitter. All these, feminazi bitches will bring out their nonsense. Daylighting. Who have we forgotten? What the bloody hell is daylighting? It's a play on the word gaslighting, I suppose, which I've fully not understood. Got someone on eBay wanting to buy things. Here we go. Typeset women back into history with at hashtag daylighting, our 4-day program of letter printing presses, Zen workshops, discussions on how womxn can challenge existing I can't say that word, my mind's gone blank, Wikipedia 101 and more, and whatever, October the 18th to the 21st. I mean, this is obviously to provoke and annoy people and to create debate, because that's what people do to garner people to highlight the event. Otherwise people will just ignore the bloody thing, So this is an outrage sort of society today. I mean, just constantly going out of their way to offend people all the time, here we go. Like women, womxn, because that's what I'm going to refer it to. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to bother. Refers to females, but it is an attempt to get away from patriarchal language. Jesus Christ. Isn't this what we're speaking supposedly patriarchal? Isn't the English word speaking or languages patriarchal anyway? So what's going to happen in the future? They're going to revert to sign language until we can learn how to somehow read, telepathically read people's minds. And when we do, will they not be thinking in English, or will they think in another language that women will make up completely? That will be by women for women. Complete bollocks. This woman, female doctor, fellow at King's College London, said the spelling stems from a long-standing, here we go, listen to this, stems from a long-standing objection to the word woman as it comes from man. That's why feminists love using the word feminist, because it doesn't have anything, no word of man is in there at all. So that's why feminists use the word. They want that word to be used to be the replacement for woman. They want that word to be the replacement for woman. So yes, I'm a feminist, but it has become a dirty word. Feminist has become a dirty word, not woman. Feminist. The great Milo said exactly what it is. Feminism is cancer. What's all this? Do you have to work up a sweat? Holy shit. So here we go. And the linguistic roots of the word mean that it really does come from the word man. The word is also supposed to be inclusive of trans women and some non-binary people. But how is it pronounced? I've heard womxn pronounced in lots of different ways. You see, they're just going up their own arse. They really going up their own back passage. They do not know what they're doing. Just consistent nonsense. I've heard some pronounce it again, womxn. Really? Minx, as in minx, but womxn. Holy shit. The doctor says, why did the Wellcome collection use the stupid bollocky name? The museum was promoting a 4-day event called Daylighting, which featured women's writings, art and ideas. In a tweet, the museum said it was using the spelling womxn because we feel that it's important to create a space/venue that includes diverse perspectives. God of fucking mighty. I wish someone would push that bloody nuclear button and just let us reset. Kill off all the feminist bitches so we can do it, guys can just go out there and slit their throats. Get rid of the silly bitches that don't want to be part of this world. Let's just get rid of them, for God's sakes. Honestly. The lunatics are running the asylum. That's what this is. Holy Jesus. But the term led hundreds of people, many women, to mock and criticize the Wellcome collection, because clearly the Wellcome collection is infested with feminists, with the feminazis. It's infested with them. Guardian journalist Hadley Freeman said the museum's new gender categories are men and other. let's read that again. Oh, sorry. So it's been mocked. Yeah, sorry. So Guardian journalist Hadley Freeman said the museum's new gender categories are men and other. Susie Langton said she would not be referred to as a womxn N until men become MXN. Oh God. This is the woman in question. I'll be a WOMXN when men become MXN. Until then, jog on and stop eroding women's rights. Who's eroding women's rights? Is it men? And what do they? I find that interesting. If she's being serious, stop eroding women's rights. What rights have women? What? Who's eroding women's rights? At what point? Anyway, let's continue. That's for another discussion. One Twitter user said it was demeaning and insulting to women. Vanessa Bailey called it NXN sense. That's nonsense. And another woman referred to it as a load of what we say in the UK bollocks. The X's, but it's not really, because you've taken out the O. It's the E they've removed, not the O. But anyway, as they say, it is complete load of bollocks. Many mocked the spelling. One wrote, I think it says here, will you end your collaborators clearly have too much? Well, you and your collaborators clearly have too much time on your hands. Get a grip. And it says here, was the term inclusive? It says here, Sam Baxter, who exactly is this meant to include? Trans women call themselves women. Non-binary people don't call themselves women at all. The only thing that comes to mind is that this could be to include both women, and women, which implies there are women who identify as pluralists. Jesus Christ. Again, people are going up their own backside, getting into this intellectual bollocks of nonsense. It's just complete shit, honest to God. And they've been called out on it. The Welcome Collection said the word WOMXN with the intention of being inclusive. Said it used the word with the intention of being inclusive. No, you used the word because you knew it was going to cause controversy and people will be, well, I think they thought that people would be pissed off with it. And it definitely attracted people's attention. And so they used it. One of the groups that the term was supposed to include was trans women. But campaign group Trans Media Watch said it would never use that term. Chair Jenny said we would generally just write women in the usual way because we feel it's important for people to recognize that trans women are women. Well, that's your opinion. As Jermaine Greer says, no, that's not correct. Trans women are not women. Again, that's another subject. Trans women aren't a special, separate category. One Twitter user said, I'm not a WOMXN though, I'm a woman, so I guess that excludes me. And then another woman on Twitter, if the Welcome Collection can't get their next lot of collaborators to agree to use the term MEX, they will have failed to create a space/venue that includes diverse perspective. Your move, guys. And then they were Okay, they're nonsense. So this Dr. Bradbury, as far as I can tell, I think the problem has been seen as being too simplistic in their suggestions that they are being all inclusive. To say just using the word makes them completely inclusive in all lots of different ways. Trans women, non-binary people. They seem to have used the word womxn as a fix-all. So they've tried to sort of go the word with ms, ms, which has become now the, you've got ms, ms, mrs, mrs, and ms, miss. So women have got three words, whereas geezers have just got the one, mr, men, mister. There used to be a squire, but they've got rid of that, so it's just mr. Nice and simple. Men are nice and easily. So men are simple creatures, plain and simple. A Welcome Collection spokeswoman said, "We should have put more thought into whether this was the right term to use when communicating about the event. You did put thought in it because you knew that people would lose their collective shit. Because obviously now we're talking about it. We made a mistake and we should not have used it. We are sorry that we made the wrong call." So Ms. there you go, MS added the Welcome Collection had always done its best to be inclusive across the spectrum, but added the museum should have anticipated this response. Either they did anticipate this response, but they knew it would be good publicity for them, free publicity, and so they deliberately done it. So yeah, as the woman lady said, someone said, complete bollocks. So yeah, nonsense again, complete nonsense. Anyway, I've said my piece. Obviously, the Welcome collection is made up, is infested with feminazis, feminists and feminazis. Thanks for listening.